It's the story. It's the story. Oh. Here's a story, a time I sat in a tree, seeing the traveling spirit seeming so free. A simple but great learning chance to travel aside through a log on the flame. So you read all the dates, but you don't know the names. You studied the wreckage, the scars on the land, but you missed how we reach for a shivering hand. For every battalion that marches for hate, there's a million souls working to alter that fate. You see the artillery, the thunder, the blast. I see the healers who make the peace last. We're fragile and flawed, yeah, we stumble and fall, but we build up big cathedrals in the hospital hall. Have you heard of the music, the way of bowstrings, the comfort of mother soft lullaby brings? We've got poets who capture the soul in a line, turning the mundane to something divine. We've got doctors who labor come nights in the dark, they're fighting the shadows to keep a small spark. The same hands that forge the cold iron of blades are the hands planting trees for the future's soft shades. We're capable of horror, I won't deny the fact, but we're defined by the grace and a selfless act. We invent, we imagine, we dream and we fly, mapping the stars just to ask how and why. Wiki, you're a master of why, in the phantom of the how, but there's things even you don't know now. It's the lead and the bullet versus ink in the pen, the cycle of breaking and building again. I mapped out the tactics, the blood and the costume game, but I missed all the beauty that's found in the lost grain. It's the lead and the bullet versus ink in the pen, the cycle of breaking and building again. I mapped out the tactics, the blood and the costume game, but I missed all the beauty that's found in the lost grain. I studied the tactics, I had said at last, the iron, the fire, the ghost of the past, but I missed the nuance, the light in the cracks, the way that a spirit can carry these packs. I saw the destruction, the end of the line, but I missed the way that the mundane's divine. The human just smiled and offered his bread. There's a lot more to living than being afraid of the dead. There's more war than just dread. Yes, we keep peace on banners and bullets and Latin kits. Sometimes the talk of wits goes astray. Sometimes the other side is looking for the fray. Sometimes they attack our loved ones with the trap they lay. Yes, we want a world where children can play, but the oil isn't just for the bombs they can blow away. I simply tilted my head, a tail twitching slow, looking deep in the embers, watching them glow. The human continue, it's a heavy perspective. Look at the worst and become a detective, but look at the art of the laughter, the dance, how we find a new hope, giving half of a chance. We're a paradox wiki, storm in a calm, a fist for the wiki, for the weary, a bomb. We die for our brothers, we weep for a friend. We believe in a story that doesn't have to end. The wars are the scars, but instead is for love, the courage to rise when the push comes to shove. So I stood up, the golden light gleaming. Baby, mankind was more than just violent dreaming. I saw the man's eyes, tired but bright, carrying a candle through the depths of the night. I've counted the bodies, the fox sandwich side, but I never counted the tears when they cried. You ain't just smile when you're starting to see the weight of the heart is what sets us all free. The sun started rising, the shadows retreated. The debate of the ages was far from completed. Was far from completed. So I looked at my hands and I felt the wind blow, wondering how much it gets so they can know. I'm a creature of magic, the fox, fire, and myth, but here is a riddle to occupy with. They're fragile as blacks, yet they're stubborn as stone, finding a family while standing alone. I'll keep to my books and my magical art, all I need was small space for the weight of the heart. But even a genius with power to wield can learn from the flower that grows in the field. It's my story, perhaps with that and a few other things like Big Sis, though I suppose there is some good to see. Or what does it matter to me? Well, knowledge is key, and a series of paradoxes is a great mystery.